Hey everybody, welcome back for the first What's Up Wednesday in a while. Um, so I took a little break. I had a lot going on in my life. It was just too much. And seeing that this is really a hobby, I had to set it aside for a little while. I just didn't have it in me. And the pace that I was keeping up with before, and it was just too much. Had some really serious life stuff. All turned out fine. And then I just kind of tried to relax into my new life situation and take it easy. Now things are calmed down quite a bit. The election did play a part in how I felt about everything. I feel like the world really suffered with those results. I've been very active on social media, even though I haven't made any videos, just talking about everything altogether. So that's what I've been up to. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up the same pace that I was doing before. My time is more limited now in different ways. But I'm going to try and get out 2 disposable reviews a month and a couple other videos. I'm also thinking about moving the 12 Letters podcast over to the 1792 channel. I kind of wanted to leave it separate at first, but I think I might catch on a little more if you guys are getting that over here, or I might just release them here as well. I'll figure that out. But otherwise, yeah, I've been on Reddit a lot. Blue Sky, of course. That was the other thing. I'm no longer on Twitter. I deleted my Twitter account. I've been very minimal with Instagram because it is owned by Meta. And there's that whole thing. So, to the fun stuff. Being that things are the way that they are right now, with supply issues and costs, rising costs, things aren't quite prohibitively expensive, but they are for some people, and they're getting closer to prohibitively expensive for more people. So what do? I've seen a lot of people talking about this kind of thing on Reddit, and I actually have a lot of experience in this. I actually, months ago, put together this huge production, and then it was just way too much, and the editing was stupid, and so I scrapped it. So we're going to do a much easier and more scaled down version of what that video was today. DIY diapers in a crunch. Now, there's always other options than what I'm going to show you, but they are less than satisfactory. And these options are much easier. And there's a lot of possibilities of things that you can do with the right amount of products. So, for that old video, what I did was I set a budget of about $140, which I was just doing that to prove the point. I went to every different chain pharmacy and department store and things like that and got various products. All of them are pretty much interchangeable, mostly, through a lot of the different stores. They stock a lot of the same generics. It's just a different packaging is all it is. So, in a fix, you do have your standard cloth-backed brief, tabbed brief from a lot of places, although these are starting to go away a bit. They aren't as good, especially if you're a smaller waisted person, but these do work really well for using as boosters. You take them and fold them in half like this, and then cut with scissors, just one slit down the back, one down the front. Great for a booster. Or I use these a lot with my cloth diapers, so I'm not wetting actual cloth diapers because I don't want to stain them, I don't want to ruin them. So I put disposables underneath, usually these cheap cloth-backed ones. Just saves money and saves hassle. You know, you've got things like your adult style pull-ups. I keep these around as well. Use them for stuffers, doublers, boosters, whatever you want to call them. They are handy for that kind of thing. I'm also small-waisted enough that I can fit into like size 7 diapers and the bigger sized pull-ups for kids. But there's also a lot of other fun things. So you've got like these, these are size 4. These are actually great if you get into things like chastity. You can actually wrap this sideways around the cage, and then the liquid will flow out the front and the back, but it will still absorb and it will squish everything together. Very fun thing to do if you're a caregiver. By the way, all of this stuff is meant for CGs and littles if you need ideas. These actually, if you take and you can wrap them around this way, and if you really want to, wrap a second one around the other direction so it's fully enclosed. Then packing tape. Always keep packing your tape around. As an ABDL, this is your best friend, packing tape. But if you're a caregiver and you really want to punish your little, throw some packing tape around there. They aren't getting that off. This also works in place of like locking plastic pants. If you don't have locking plastic pants, but you want to lock somebody in a diaper, clear packing tape. You know, you can get size 7s and use these as boosters too as well. This stuff's not very expensive. You can pick up these packs of these things for $10 here, $15 there. Another great one, and one I've used, this is my fallback go-to when I don't have plastic back diapers, bed pads. You can lay them out and fold them up like a cloth diaper and tape them on. You can use any of these other things as boosters for them to get them thicker. Works just fine. It'll get you through in a pinch, and especially right now, you might want to have options for yourself. So I've seen people talking on Reddit, don't do the paper towel and garbage bag thing. It's not satisfactory. It's not. But if you literally have nothing else, you have nothing else. But for very, very little money, you can go out and get yourself stuff. There's also like toys pads. A lot of times you can find this stuff at thrift stores. We have one locally that I'm able to find things like this. I mean, this is fairly large, so also makes a great booster. Male guard, incontinence guards. Once again, another one that's great to use in conjunction with a cage. So there are options for you out there. Doesn't take a whole lot, you know, you don't have to be some great artist to lay down on a plastic backed bed pad and tape it to yourself. You don't have to be an engineering genius, you know. The thing I'm going to say is if you're using something like this as a booster, or like pull-ups or something like that, and you want it to leak through, slit up the back and the front, not in the middle. If you do it here in the middle, all that sap is just going to fall right out, and you're going to have a mess on your hands. I mean, you're going to have a mess, potential for mess, slitting any of them at all. But it's going to be a lot easier to contain when it's folding over and you're not pressing out from the center at the bottom. Much, much easier to deal with. So, there you go, folks. I know it's easy to feel discouraged sometimes in times like this. I know seeing those prices jump when they were already high enough is discouraging. I know that a lot of the vibes out in the world right now are discouraging. We have a very large cross-section of the ABDL community that is LGBTQ+. And here in America, at least, and in England, the UK, they're basically trying to outlaw trans people, and that's really messed up. So I know it's hard sometimes, and looking at it, and especially for me, I've said it before, and I'm not trying to fearmonger or, you know, I don't see us like being directly targeted yet, but you know, they're always looking for a new monster to demonize. They're always looking for a new group to dehumanize. And it's just a matter of anybody that doesn't fit into the status quo. So I'm not saying we will be next. The point is that we could be next. So we need to stand together. We need to stay strong. So if you're a part of the LGBTQ plus community within ABDL, know that I stand with you. I think most of our content creators would probably say the same. I'd like to see more of us kind of start having conversations together and building a community of creators to where we can be putting out content that keeps you informed and helps keep you safe. So, that's all I got. Be looking forward to the first disposable review in a while, coming out next Sunday. We'll be doing other stuff. Who knows what I'll do? I might cook some food. I might make another rant. I don't know. But until next time, stay padded.